So we're here today to explain a little bit about a project that I've been working on for our company, Superior Implements. So in an effort to go to more electronically created documents and to provide some consistency throughout the workplace in the documents that we produce, our company has enlisted the help of myself and the IT manager to create some templates. So what I'm going to be going through today with you is just how to fill out one of the templates that we've just recently created, which is the expense reimbursement template. So I have a printed out copy here, which you can have a bit of a look at, and which I'll just go through with you today. So today what we'll do is we will run through how to complete this form from start to finish and how to fill out each and every section of it, so you have a great understanding, and then once you are out in the workplace and you're needing to fill this out for any expenses that you have, you will be able to do so correctly and efficiently and effectively for you. So what I hope that you will take from this training session today is just the ability to fill this out correctly. So we'll run through what our expense reimbursement template is for in the workplace. So do you have any idea of what type of expenses can be claimed when you're working?
Just general work-related food or stationery?
Yeah, so that's definitely some of the things that can be claimed. Some other things that can be claimed include entertainment, if you're ever away for work, if you need to book accommodation, transport, or anything travel related. If you require any stationery or tooling, like you've said, that could also be claimed. So how we go about doing that is we're going to fill out one of these forms. So this form will give you the ability to explain in detail what you are claiming, and then we will send it through to your manager, who will then review it and approve it. If it is approved, then it will be sent through to the payroll department from your manager, and then that will be reimbursed to you in your next pay. So we will start. I've already set the computer up for you, so we have the template ready to go on here. So what we can do is, if we go to the top section, the first thing that we need to fill out is the employee name. So feel free to add your name there. Yeah, so your employee number, that's the number that appears on your any payroll details, so it would be on your pay slip, would be on your payroll login. Terrific, so you've got that as well. If you cannot find that, you can contact the payroll department and they will be able to reissue that to you, so you can fill this out in the future. So the next section of the form has the department, so this is where you'll be able to drop down the box to select where you work currently.
Yep.
So if you see on the right hand side of the box there is a little drop down, so if you select that,
yep.
You can select whether you work in administration, finance, marketing, sales. Terrific, yep. So you're in sales, no worries, so you've selected that. So the next section is your manager's name, so if you pop your manager's name in there, that will let us know where we're directing this for approvals. Yep. Okay, fantastic. The next portion of the form is the business purpose. So this is the type of expense that you are claiming. So on here we have customer entertainment. Mm-hmm. So that's if you are ever taking any of our, being in sales, you may need to take some of your people out for coffee, or may need to go to events and that type of thing with your customers. So that could be potentially something. So the next drop-down box is food or beverage, so I would select that on any instances if you've ever had to work away. So where is your selling basis? Like, are you based in Brisbane? Where?
Sunshine Coast. Sunshine
Coast, okay. So if you're working based from the Brisbane office and you're needing to go up to Sunshine Coast or Hervey Bay or something like that, and you're working away, then you could select that if you had to do any dinners or breakfasts or anything like that while you were working away. Okay, fantastic. The next one is professional development. So this would be ticked if you were selecting that the expense was related to any training that you had to put yourself through. So if you've done any like short courses, any TAFE, any any professional development opportunities that have incurred some expenses for yourself. Okay. The next tab is the staff event tab. So if there was ever any expenses that were related to any parties that we had, so we have like our Christmas party, if there's any expenses related to that, so any social events that are required for staff to attend. The next one is your stationary equipment, so that one's pretty straightforward, just any pens, paper, things that you needed in order to complete your job. The second last tab is travel and related expense, so that's where you would pop in if you had to use any transport to get to where you needed to go. So with Simcoe, do you have a company car or are you expected to use your own car?
I'm using my own car.
Terrific, so that's where you would claim your expenses for your own car. So if you had any tolls, if you had any fuel, if you had any general wear and tear, other than that, if you were needing to go domestically at the airport or anything like that, if you had any parking expenses, that type of thing. The last one is other. So if you have an expense that doesn't necessarily fit into any of the above categories, then you could tick this box, and underneath that it just says the please specify, so that's where you would write in detail what expense you are claiming. If you're ever in any doubt about what you can claim, there is a tab on our intranet page that has the list of expenses that are approved by the organisation. I mean, if in doubt, you could put the form in, and it is up to your manager's discretion to approve. Okay, terrific. So if you just have a bit of a look through, and then you select the one that is most applicable for the receipt that we're filling out today. Fantastic. So we've got some travel related expense and food and beverage. Okay, fantastic. So we'll go through. So the next portion just has our expense details, the date and the cost. So that is literally just from the receipt that we have here. We're going to write in the expense details what we're claiming. So from this one, I can see that you've eaten a meal at one of the restaurants. So that was when you were working away. Fantastic. So if you pop in there, working away a meal, and then we'll put in the date on the receipt, so that one's just the top there. Fantastic, so I can see that that was on the 1st of April, according to that receipt. And just on the end column, that's the cost, so that's how much you incurred there. That's excluding GST, so if you look at that top column there, you can see how much you've spent excluding GST, and we'll just pop that one in. Okay, terrific. Okay, so we only have the one expense to claim today on this form. If we had multiple expenses from the same trip, we could possibly add, there is some additional lines, so you could add extra expenses if you need. So what would happen if we were claiming more than one expense? We've got set up in here a formula, so it will add the totals together for you, so it's all automated. It doesn't need for you to add them all together, so you can see that it's just totaled that we've got $32 to claim. Fantastic. So now we get to the point where we need signatures. So to initiate the process, we need your signature on there. That's just stating that everything is true and correct on here, and we need, following on from that, your manager's signature. That will be the approval, and they will pop on the date there, and that's when, if it's approved, it will get sent through to payroll. So as you can see down the bottom of the form, there is a print form button, so that is linked to a macro. So if you select that print form button, that will pop that through to our printer. So so just select OK. Terrific. I'll run and grab that from the printer. So we've got our filled out form, so there we are. So what I'll get you to do, I'll just get you to sign that. fantastic. So we've got your signature, we've got it all approved. I'll just get you to double check that all of the details are correct as what we filled out then.
That is correct.
Okay, fantastic. So what we will do then, we will put this one aside. We'll know that we need to forward this one onto our manager for approval, so we'll just hand them in a paper copy. So on their desk, all of the managers will have a section where they have their expense reimbursement forms that they need to approve, and you will be notified within the working week whether this has been approved or not. So we'll take that one on completion of our training session today. So, as far as we're concerned with the form, how are you feeling? Do you have any questions, concerns, or?
No, very comfortable, very well explained.
Okay, terrific. So the only other thing we will need to include was, as with the instructions stated up the top, we need a original tax invoice, so that's including any ABN details. So we've got the copy of your receipt there, so what we'll do, we'll take a photocopy of that we can attach to our form for approval. That's just so the manager can verify that the expense has been paid for and it's all ready to claim. In the event that you do not have a copy of the receipt, or the receipt isn't able to be read, as sometimes they get a bit faded and uneasy to read, we are able to fill out a stat deck. That's also available on our company intranet page, so that will just run through how much you spent, what you spent it on, and we'll just need you to sign that one off, so that will also need to be attached. So if you were to forward this form through to your manager without the appropriate documentation, it would unfortunately be not approved, so you will not get paid. So we'll just hold up that process. So I would encourage you to try and get all the details together and to your manager for approval. Okay, so what we might do now is I'll just move on to, we have an evaluation and review form of the training session today. So that's just to get your feedback on how you felt today went, if you felt there was any areas that we could improve on for future training, for any templates that are created in the future. So if you want to fill that one out for me, that would be terrific. I will just give you a couple of minutes to fill that one out.
And just sign?
Yeah, fantastic. If you could sign that one for me, that would be terrific. Beautiful. Okay, so I have your evaluation and review form completed. So that completes our training for today. I've actually just got a little bit of a handout with some of the key points that we've run through today, just in the event that you have any issues filling this one out. Just tells you where to go to find the information that you need. Following on from that, if there is anything further that you need, feel free to contact myself. I have sent you the email invitation for the training session today, so you have my email, so feel free to contact me for any questions, or you are welcome to contact our IT manager if you have any concerns or suggestions in relation to the template. Thank you so much. I'll give you that one.
Thank you.
Thank you for attending today.
Thank you very much.